All
Hey,
right.
welcome to video number 207 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things,
BNI and networking.
and snow people,
And snow people, snowmans.
snowmans. The eyes are just staring here. It was earlier when you were closer to the camera, it was just the eyes staring over the
I know.
top, like this.
It kind of looks like a
Pretty
little
much
bug.
there, exactly like that. That's really good. So I am Mark Simmons, Hazel Walker. So we're working through the policies, the general policy of BNI, and there are only 11. There's only 11.
What number are we at?
We've done the first 9. This is number 10.
Well, good for
I think
us.
we'll have one more to go, but the one more we'll probably get on in the new year. So here's the thing. Here's the story, Hazel Walker. As you know, like right now, I'm a realtor, but I'm in my chapter as a coach, as a business coach. But here's the thing: I've decided, Hazel, that I'm actually going to be a painter now in my chapter. So I'm going to put in for a classification change to be a painter, and I'm really excited about it.
I thought you were a realtor.
Yeah, but I've decided I actually like painting now too. So I'm going to put in my classification change to be a painter to my chapter.
Okay, how much experience do you have as a coach?
I have a lot of experience as a coach. Yes.
And how much experience do you have as a realtor?
I have experience as a realtor. Yeah. But I decided I want to paint, so I'm gonna be a painter now.
Okay, so you have to apply for that.
Okay.
Like you'll have to do a whole new application,
Okay.
right? Because that's what the policy says, right?
Okay.
You have to apply for it. Who gets to approve applications?
My friends? Who?
The membership committee.
Oh, right, the membership committee.
And the job of the membership committee is to do what's best for the chapter, not what's best for the individual.
Okay.
Right? So they have to look at the whole of the chapter. And while we can work with an individual, we can't just, you might not be the best fit for the painter's position in the chapter.
Why? Because I have no experience?
You have zero experience. You have no experience on that. It would be like saying, frankly, if you applied to the chapter to be the real estate agent because that position came open, and you've only got 6 months worth of real estate, right? Let's say you've got 6 months, and 4 other people come along that have 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and they have bigger networks and they've got more experience. Which one do you think would be the better fit for the chapter?
Right.
Right? Probably not the person that's only 6 months along.
Yeah. So the policy number 10 reads as follows. Members who wish to change their BNI classification must submit a new membership application for approval
By the membership committee.
Right.
And they have to interview, and you have to remember that their job is to select the best person for the whole of the chapter,
Right.
not their best friend.
Yeah. And so the reason that this comes up, so I'm not a painter. I've never painted, a horrible painter. I'm not doing that. But this kind of situation comes up a lot where a member decides they're changing their classification. They've just started, or they've taken a course, or there's something, and they want the seat. And so sometimes membership committees come to us and go, well, do we have to accept them
No.
in that role? And we're like, yeah, no, because.
As a matter of fact, we've got a couple members who were declined, who did reapply in their chapter because they took new roles and they wanted to do something different in the chapter. And the chapter said, no, you're not the best fit for that. So they ended up leaving to go to other chapters.
Yeah, because if you've been in a chapter 10 years, let's say, under one seat, this is that you have the experience in, but the new seat, you may only have a couple months, if at all. And on a whim, you've changed your mind. The chapter goes, nah.
Here's another problem on the backside. You've held the role as a coach, a business coach, for 10 years. You are well known with the chapter as the business coach. Right. What's the likelihood they're going to replace you once you switch to something else?
Yeah, they're still
going to refer business to you as the business coach. So technically, you've ended up kind of causing an issue with the next person coming in, if the next person ever got the chance to come in. Because I've heard people say, I'm leaving the chapter. Why? You haven't been a member very long. I know, but Mark was the business coach and people are still referring the business to him.
Yeah.
And so that makes it impossible for the next person to come along because you're still there.
Right.
Unless you say to that guy, no, I'm not coaching anymore. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start sending you all of my clients.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, it's just, it gets sticky when you want to change your categories, and the responsibility and the final decision maker is the membership committee. And they are supposed to be choosing the person who is the best fit for the chapter.
Right.
Not your friends. And as a matter of fact, if your friends are on the membership committee, they can't even vote.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing. If we should talk about that, because as you're saying, if it is your friend or your client happens to be a membership committee member or whatever, they have to recuse themselves from the process, the interview process, the voting from a membership committee standpoint.
Right, because your
Like I said.
application, this role is a brand new member. You just
Yeah.
don't have the same dues issue.
Right.
That's it. But yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same.
And I know this is a difficult thing sometimes because we want to support each other.
Mhm.
And yes, we support you, but you're not the best fit for this particular seat in our chapter because you don't have experience or whatever it is.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we like you, Mark. We're going to recommend you stay in your current role. We're going to fill this role with a different painter.
Right. All right. And those that have seen me paint are going to be saying, thank God you're not taking up painting because you're horrible at it.
Well, maybe if you applied as, I don't know, any number of things that you are talented at.
Yeah, well, I'm working on figuring that out. It'll come to fruition. All right, so this policy is really important. It is a policy and it's there for a reason. And so it's up to the membership committees to make sure you're doing your due diligence, even if you have this amazing relationship with this member who's already that they are qualified and certified and all those other things and have the experience of doing that seat justice and for the sake of the chapter as a whole.
Correct.
It's a lot of words. All right, Hazel Walker, till next time.
See you then.
Bye.